So hi guys, here I am back on demand. Today I am basically I'm coming earlier than Saturday. Why? Because the most important event is happening in Pune, and that is Air Asia's interview, which is happening on 9th of December 2018. So since the interviews are happening on 19th and we're very close to the date of interview, I would like to give you certain tips to you all before you can go for this interview. So what is very important when you go for an interview, when you want to go for an interview, is to know the criteria for that airline. So criteria basically varies from airline to airline. Now when we talk about Air Asia, the criteria basically is different from the other airlines. So I would like to run you through the criteria for this airline. First and foremost thing is to know what is your height. For female, the height should be minimum 157 centimeter. For male, it should be 173 centimeter. So the height, the weight should be in proportion to your height. So make sure guys, if you're not falling in this criteria, please do not go for the interview. Otherwise, you will have to face rejection in the very first round, which is your Bmi Check round. Next criteria is your age limit. So you need to be within the age limit of 18 to 25. Next, you need to be, the minimum qualification that is required for this airline's interview is 10+2, which almost is similar for all the airlines in India and certain airlines across the world also. So the minimum qualification has to be at least 10+2. Next is very, very important. Since it's a customer service industry, you need to ensure that your skin is flawless. It is smooth. It is beautiful. There has to be no visible scars on your face. Along with scars, you have to make sure that there are no pimples, there are no blemishes, there are no acne on your face. So if you have something of that sort, please make sure that you take proper treatment before you go for interview. Along with that, you have to have no scars on the visible part of your body. When you wear uniform, the visible part of your body will be your arms, your legs, especially for girls. So make sure that you do not have any tattoos, you do not have any scars, visible scars on these part of the body. Along with that, there has to be no visible tattoos on your neck area, on your hands. Like most of the people nowadays, it's a trend to have a tattoo. So it's an airline requirement all over the world to have no tattoos on your body. You can have tattoos inside the clothes, but you cannot have tattoos on the visible part of your body. Next is your communication skills. When we talk about communication skills, English fluency has to be there. You need to be at least good, very good in your English, because most of the questions that will be asked to you, you have to make sure that you answer in English itself. So communication skills is not just about answering the questions, it's also about understanding, good listening skills. So make sure that you fall within this criteria. Now next thing that you need to keep in mind are your documents. So every airline, basically, whenever you go for interview, you need to carry certain documents. Now what are documents that you need to carry with you? First is your recent updated resume. Now when I say updated, I am talking about all those people who are working, who will be coming from the industries they're already working. So please make sure that you update your resume with the latest details. And if you have any work experience, make sure that you mention that on your resume, because people who work, they get a lot of preference also. Next, you need to have your minimum, as I said, minimum qualification is 10+2. So you need to have original and photocopy of your 10+2 certificate. People who are graduate can also carry their graduation certificate, but their minimum qualification 10+2 certificate always has to be there with them. Next, you need to have original passport and photocopies of your passport. That also has to be recent. Next, you need to have passport size and postcard size photographs, which has to be in your formal attire as per the way you need to stand and all that, and it has to be with white background. So make sure that your photos are also recent. Please do not carry old photos of probably 2 years back ka photos or 3 years back ka photos. Make sure just before interview, like a day or 2 days before interview, you click nice photos, passport size and postcard size photo with white background and formal attire. So these are the documents that you need to carry with you. Now, the next thing which is very, very important, most of the people have this question, yaar ye airline wale kis tarah ka interview lete hain? Kya rounds hote hain? So, your interview round basically starts, it starts with first round, which is BMI check. Now, BMI is basically the body mass index check. So for female, your body mass index has to be between 18 to 22, and for male it has to be between 18 to 25, and that comes with the multiplication of your height and your weight. So make sure that you check your BMI before you go for your interview. Next round will be your document check. Please carry valid documents with you and recent documents. Do not carry any document with you which is not recent, which is not valid. So all your documents has to be valid and verified. Third, again after that it will be your catwalk round. I know, funny, because I've never heard of any catwalk rounds in any other airline, but this airline conducts catwalk round not only for female but for male candidates also. Now this catwalk round basically is to understand what kind of personality you have, how do you present yourself, even if you're put in a spot, even if you're put in a difficult situation, how do you carry yourself in that situation also. In this round, what will they do? They will ask you to carry, they will give you some object, you will have to carry with you, you will have to walk, and at the same time they will ask you to give a very simple and brief introduction about yourself, which will have your name, your qualification, your hobbies, and your professional qualification if you have. So this is something that you will have to talk about yourself. Make sure that you always have a smile on your face. So in this round they will also check that do you basically put across a positive body language, or because you put in a spot your body language goes for a toss. So body language has to be taken care of. It has to always emit a lot of positivity in it. After this, if you get through this round, the next round is your aptitude test round. Now, aptitude test round, what they will do is they will conduct your English grammar test. In this English grammar test, basically they will give you, I think, 25 objective questions. So what they're trying to test in this test, English grammar test, or you can call it aptitude test, is to understand if you have minimum bare knowledge of how to form sentences. Do you know how to where and how to use your words, conjunctions, prepositions and all that. So make sure that you prepare yourself. You still have time. I'm sure I will be able to put my video across as soon as possible, so that you get at least 2 to 3 days to prepare yourself for this interview, especially when it comes to English also. If you get through this round, then the next round will be 2-on-1 round. Now in this 2-on-1 round, you will be called in a group of probably 2 to 3 people or more than that, and there will be either one person taking your interview, or there might be a panel also taking interview, and they will ask you certain questions. Now what questions will be asked? Mostly they ask questions like, why do you want to join AirAsia? Why do you want to become cabin crew? They might also ask you about your background. So in your background, you have to talk about your family, you have to talk about what do they do, not getting too much into detail, but give little brief detail about your family background. And certain questions like, why do you want to join aviation industry? Give your weakness, tell us about your strength. So these will be certain questions that will be asked in this 6th round. So there are total of 6 rounds. Please make sure that you prepare yourself well for these rounds. After this, if you're selected, either they will inform you there and then only, or they will inform you via email. So please wait for the emails. And the most important thing after that is what do you wear? What should be your attire when you go for AirAsia interview? Females need to wear formal attire, which has to be either a skirt or a dress, which has to be knee length. Make sure that your hair looks good. If you have straight hair, you can always make a ponytail. If you have little wavy hair or you have little curly hair, I think a bun would do. It'll go well with these kind of hair. So make sure that you have either make a French knot or make a normal bun, or you can make probably a donut bun. So please watch a little bit of videos before you actually can make a nice bun. When it comes to makeup, please wear nice subtle makeup. The foundation has to go with your skin color, and your eyeshadow, your blush on and your lipstick color has to be matching with your attire. Try to use still light and subtle color. Your shoes has to be of whatever color, but it has to be formal shoes, pumps, and at the same time your try to wear the heel length of 2 to 3 inches, not more than that, if you're comfortable. For boys, it has to be a complete formal attire. You have to wear a formal pant, you have a formal trouser, basically you have to wear a formal shirt. Try to wear light subtle colors. That looks very nice. Have a matching tie. If you're wearing a light shirt, make sure that your tie is little darker than the shade of the shirt. If you have a blazer matching with your pant, please wear a blazer also. Then you have to wear court shoes, black court shoes, if you're wearing a black leather pant. But if you're wearing a brown leather belt, then your shoes also has to be brown in color. So the leather has to be basically matching always. If it is black leather belt, it has to be black leather shoes, brown. So brown shoes. This is the attire that boys needs to basically wear for the interview. Hair for boys and girls has to be completely moused and gelled. You have to look really, really good. You have to look very presentable. So that is one thing. Now, very, very important to you, the information about the venue of the interview. Interview is happening on 19th of December 2018 at Crown Plaza Hotel, which is on Band Garden Road, next to Jahangir Hospital, Pune. So guys, don't wait. If you fall in this criteria and if you have all the documents ready with you, please make sure that you go for this interview. Do not miss on this opportunity, and all the best. Do well. Thank you.